This is the NSCAA TV's weekly presentation of the 2014 Women's College Soccer Review, and it comes to you right now and right here on NSCAA TV. And we are delighted to be in Normal, Illinois, home to the Illinois State University women's soccer team, who last year won their first ever NCAA tournament game, not only for Illinois State, but for the Missouri Valley Conference as they knocked off Louisville. You see their success right there, as this is indeed the home of the Redbirds, as we bring you the NSCAA Women's College Soccer Review Show. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be the voice of the NSCAA and thrilled to be here in Normal, Illinois, as we bring you Illinois State and Boston College. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap today. Indeed, it's going to be a big show right here on NSCAA TV. In just a little bit, I'll be joined by former U.S. superstar and national champion Danielle Slayton. We'll visit with Illinois State coach Drew Roth. We'll take a look at the NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10, and we'll cover all of college soccer, D2, D3, junior college, NAIA, and show you our impressive NSCAA TV broadcast schedule. Of course, we couldn't be here without the great work of Continental Tire, proud to be the presenting sponsor of NSCAA TV. We thank Travis Roffler and all the good folks at Continental Tire, and I told you about her already. I am so thrilled to tell you that Danielle Slayton's going to be here. We take a look at her resume. She won a national championship for Santa Clara back in 2001, where she was also the NSCAA Scholar Athlete of the Year. A year later, she won the WUSA title as the Defender of the Year for the Carolina Courage, and also a silver medal at the 2000 Olympics. That's all. Wow. Danielle Slayton is here. And Danielle, how exciting to be here at Illinois State, a program that really deserves some national recognition.
I mean, it's a phenomenal day. It's a beautiful day. And we've got a great surface, a great field out here, and an Illinois State team that is coming off a season record. I mean, they had a phenomenal year last year, 14 wins, and it's so fun to see what they're going to bring this season.
A little later, we'll spend some time with Drew Roth, but what a job he's done.
Oh, such a great team, such a great coach. And I just keep thinking of Rachel Tejada, the job he's done with her. She's a fantastic attacker for them. It's going to be exciting to see them today.
All right, let's take a look now at the NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10. No surprise, the UCLA Bruins, they won it a year ago, and they're still number one.
Well, we look at the top five here, and there's not a ton of movement from these top five teams. The ACC and the Pac-12 conferences are holding on to these top spots. You see UCLA and Stanford out of the Pac-12, and also Florida State, Virginia, and Virginia Tech rounding out the top five. Now, UNC, they're falling out of the top 10. We don't see them on this list. They tied UCLA and then lost to Pepperdine over Labor Day weekend. But they did get a double overtime win versus number 7 Penn State on Friday. So I'm anticipating that we'll see some movement in their rankings. South Carolina at number 9, they're moving up from number 12 after wins over Boston University and UW Milwaukee, and Texas Tech breaks into the top 10, up from number 16 after wins over Notre Dame and Eastern Michigan.
Great job, Danielle. That is your NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10, and we told you it would be joined by the fine head coach of Illinois State, Drew Roth, and we welcome him in. Drew, first of all, thanks for having us. I understand it's the first game on national television. Delighted to be with you.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be hosting you guys, and really appreciate you being here today.
So tell us a little bit about number 14, Rachel Tejada, what she brings to your team and the creativity she provides for you guys up top.
Rachel's really the catalyst for what we do in the attack. She's one of those few forwards that can really play well with her back to goal. She can make great runs off the ball, and she doesn't need a bunch of chances to finish. She's really deadly around the goal. So we've been very fortunate to have her the past 3 years. This is her senior year. She just continues to do things that amaze me. And to have a player with that type of ability, that type of intelligence, it just really kind of spurs the rest of the attack on.
Drew, we're focused on the present, but we got to go back to last year, an incredible run. Talk about the 2013 season.
It was just a magical run that we had, just a great group of seniors and a team that just continued to get better throughout the year, and it culminated with the game against Louisville. To go into that environment on the road, we'd been battle-tested, but sometimes in those environments before we let the kind of the huge type of game atmosphere kind of intimidate us. But we were there ready to play, and we came to win. And just the way that our team persevered and down a goal, come back and put it into a shootout was phenomenal. And it was a moment that was just really special because it was a lot of years in the making, and that was the team to finally get over the hump. And now I hope every team, from Missouri Valley Conference and other small conferences knows that you can do it once you get to the dance.
Well, you said it best. You now play an ACC team in Boston College. You're not afraid to play the big boys, dare I say?
No, not at all. I mean, we're just down at Texas A&M, last week, so we're used to playing the big programs, and we like to see how we measure up. And we know the ACC teams are all phenomenal, but we feel like we can compete, and that's where we want to be at that level. So today will be a great test for us.
Drew, thanks for having NSCAA TV here.
Thank you.
Drew Roth, the head coach of Illinois State. When we come back, we'll take a look at D2, D3, junior college, NAIA, and more right here on NSCAA TV.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. No matter where you are in your coaching path, we have something for you. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
Home of the Redbirds, Illinois State University, as they get set to face Boston College, the first of 6 women's games, part of NSCAA TV. As we welcome you back here, Dean Linke, along with former USA superstar Danielle Slayton. We thank Drew Roth for spending some time with us. Before we go to D2 and D3, I'm going to put you on the spot. Your predictions for the D1 national champion this year.
Well, I'm not going to go out anything crazy here. I certainly believe that the ACC is one of the strongest, if not the strongest conference in the country right now, but UCLA is still the favorite. They're number one. They're coming off a phenomenal season, winning the NCAA Division I tournament, led by Coach Amanda Cromwell. They're seriously something special.
Indeed. Congratulations to Amanda, as they're off to a great start as well. All right, let's now talk D2 soccer. Take a look at it here in the women's game. Of course, they're just starting D2 action in the top 3 before this weekend: Grand Valley State, West Florida, and Western Washington.
And University of West Florida, runners-up in the Division II NCAA tournament last year. They just kicked off their season on Friday night with a 4-1 win over Lincoln Memorial in the Columbus State tournament. Coach Bartlinski, he really credits his team with an entire collective effort, as they had 4 different players score in that game. The Argonauts take on Columbus State later today, looking for the tournament victory.
Good stuff. Now we go to D3 women as we cover all of women's college soccer. Your reigning champions, William Smith, actually lost and are dropped down to 24, but Trinity University out of Texas, Washington U, and Middlebury College all move up.
And the Division III women's tournament, the Division III women's season, is really a tight race. I want to tell you a little bit about University of Chicago, who had a 1-0 win in double overtime at Wisconsin Oshkosh last night. The goal came in the 106th minute from their senior leader and midfielder, Sarah Kwan. Now, last year, Sarah Kwan led the team in scoring with 8 goals. She was named the NSCAA All-Central Region First Team, and this win moves Chicago to 3-0 on the season.
A little Chicago love from my Chicago girl now, Danielle Slayton. Let's take a look now at junior college women. here on the NSCAA TV Women's College Review Show. Your reigning champion, Brad Sylvie, and Iowa Western, they're still undefeated. Tyler Junior College, they're good, both men and women, and don't count out Darton State. And then for Division III women on the junior college level, we'll take a look at it here. Brookdale, the champs, they're looking for some love because they won it last year, but they're not number one. Cerritos College still holding down the number one position. How about a little love for your reigning champs at Brookdale? And finally, NAIA women, two of the top three women's soccer teams in the nation, clashed in a battle of unbeatens Friday evening as number 3 Lindsey Wilson fell 2-0 to number 2 Westmont, California in Walter Ruling Stadium.
And defending champion Concordia out of Oregon has won 22 straight games, tying the school's 2008 squad for the program record, and is just one win away from tying former NAIA member Azusa Pacific out of California for the second longest winning streak in NAIA history.
Finally, in NAIA, the top 5 teams of the 2014 NAIA Women's Soccer Coaches Preseason Top 25 are a combined 11-4-1 to start the season so far. 4th-ranked Northwood out of Florida has struggled out of the gates, but you can expect them to turn it around. All right, we're here in Normal, Illinois, as we've got 6 games as part of the NSCAA TV soccer schedule. Let's take a look at some of the other games featured on NSCAA TV. I'm especially excited about the fact that we're featuring Florida State and Virginia, 2 ACC powers.
2 ACC powers coming up, and like we said, the ACC is just such a great conference this season. Let's take a look at UVA, led by Coach Steve Swanson versus Tennessee. We've also got, as you mentioned, Dean, Florida State and UConn. Florida State being led by Coach Mark Krikorian. And also, let's give a little shout out to Texas Tech, led by Coach Tom Stone. He is just doing a phenomenal job, ranked number 10 at the Texas Tech.
He'll face Nikki Izzo Brown, and then we've got an Ohio derby between Ohio U and Miami. Other broadcasts coming your way on the women's game in the D2 and D3 level right here on NSCAA TV. Quincy is always very good, and then Barry out of Florida, they always play great soccer down there, Danielle.
Oh, they're phenomenal. This is definitely going to be a game to watch this week.
Division III Turbo Sports Game of the Week as well, as you see men and women on the schedule. Ohio Wesleyan and Ohio Northern, always a very good game. And finally, also some NAIA love as well, as you take a look at it there, right there, it'll end with AUM versus Mobile. So many great games here on NSCAA TV, and so many people to thank as well. Couldn't do it without the great work from everybody out in Kansas City for the NSCAA, led by Joe Cummings, of course. He's your CEO. I want to thank Chris Burt, Kathleen Hermish getting it done for the graphics, Taylor Hoggard behind the scene as well, running it. Of course, got to thank Daniel Slayton for everybody at the NSCAA. I'm Dean Linke saying thank you for watching NSCAA TV.